What things did we learn about this U.S. men's national team? Not just the game against Saudi Arabia, but the game against Japan as well. Kind of what's your big takeaway, Taylor?
My biggest takeaway is all the concerns that all of us on the outside looking in had going into the final two games and ultimately to the World Cup. Those concerns are real. They're legitimate. Other than who's your goalkeeper. Matt Turner's your starting goalkeeper. That debate is over. He's won that position. I'd argue he won that position during qualifying, but that's neither here nor there. He's your starting goalkeeper. Who are the center back partnership? We don't know that answer. Who's the best three in the midfield? I don't think we know that answer with the way Weston McKennie played in this camp. And secondly, most importantly, I'd argue right now, we don't have anyone that can score goals. And when you think about that question, in the last 12 games, Herc and Seb, 8 of those 12, they did not score a single goal from open play. If you are not concerned about this team in the final third, then I'm not sure you've been paying attention for the last 18 months. That is probably my biggest concern and the biggest takeaway I had from these two games.
Yeah, a few things I learned. I learned health is a major issue with this generation. And when that health is tested, so is this team's ability to break down the following that we already knew. A low block. I knew that they struggled to generate any type of offense versus a low block, but all of a sudden Japan did it, and at times Saudi Arabia. Any team that presses you, all of a sudden you cough up the ball and you make it that easy for them to come right back down your throats. A few things I learned from the U.S. men's national team without going into further detail, because I'm sure we're going to talk a lot more about it right now.
Yeah, the things that we did learn, I think, are limited, right? We had some big questions that we needed answered. 9 center backs, we're going to talk about those in a little bit. Matt Turner's maybe the one thing you come out and you say, okay, clearly this is a guy who did what he needed to do in this moment to put at least one question mark to bed when it comes to this U.S. men's national team. To your point about health, Herc, I think really what you're talking about is depth, right? Because we all started scratching our heads when Greg Berhalter said, I got 5 starters missing. But I think what you see is that this team really struggles when it doesn't have its A team, right? It really is not a complete team. And that drop-off, and I think this is true across the midfield line and definitely the defensive line. Maybe we'll leave the front 3 out of it. But the drop-off from the starters to the next guy, to that number 2 guy on the depth chart is very, very serious. And I think it's not just in terms of, you don't have depth when it comes to maybe your 13th, 14th guys. You also don't have depth of stars. This team needs its stars to play well. It needs Christian Pulisic to play well. It needs Weston McKennie to play well. And what did we see in this window? We didn't see Pulisic a lot. I don't think he played particularly well when he was on the field. We definitely didn't see, to what the point Taylor makes, the best out of Weston McKennie. When those 2 guys aren't there and you got a Yunus Musa out, it's like, well, where's the goals? Where's the quality? Where's the star power? Like, this team didn't have a lot of answers.